Welcome back to a brand new PTCG live video. Today I'll be showcasing towards Mega Absol Toolbox with the newly released set Mega Evolution. So with that being said, let's get into the deck list. Let's see which new cards we'll be running. So we do have the two copies of the new Mega Absol EX from Mega Evolution. We're most interested in using that first attack, the terminal period, for the 1 dark, 1 colorless. If your opponent's active Pokemon has exactly 6 damage counters on it, it is automatically knocked out. And then we do have the Claw of Darkness for the 2 dark, 1 colorless. As a backup attack, we can do 200 base damage, and then your opponent reveals their hand, and then we can choose 1 card there and discard it. So to help us get those 6 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon, we do have the 3 copies of the Munkidori here for that Adrenaline Brain ability, where once during your turn, if you have a Dark Energy on Munkidori, we can move over 3 damage counters from one of our Pokemon over to one of your opponents. As well as we do have the 2 copies of the Yveltal here for that clutch attack. For the 1 dark energy, we can do 20 base damage, and then during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. So if we even use this attack 2 to 3 times, we can quickly get those 6 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon that we want to KO, and it will be retreat locked, so we can just retreat out into our Mega Absol to use that terminal period. And then lastly, we do have the 1 copy of the Pecharunt EX here for that Subjugating Chains ability. Once during your turn, you can switch in a dark Pokemon from your bench into the active, and then put poison status on that Pokemon. So this will be a great way to get damage counters on our side, so that we can move them over with our Munkidori. And then as a backup attacker, we do have the 2 copies of the new Mega Kangaskhan EX from Mega Evolution for that ability Run Aaron. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, we can draw 2 cards, and you can't use more than 1 Run Aaron ability each turn. And then we do have the Rapid Fire combo for the 3 colorless energies. We can do 200 base damage, and then flip a coin until you get tails, and this attack will do 50 more damage for each heads that we get. And then we do run the 1 copy of the Psyduck here for that Dap ability, where Pokemon in play for both you and your opponent lose any ability that requires the Pokemon using it to knock out itself. So it will be basically a counter for the Dusclops and Dusknoir, as well as the Fortress EX. And then lastly, we do have a walling option here. We have the 2 copies of the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX here for that Cornerstone Stance ability, where we prevent all damage from attacks done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon that have a ability. As well as we do carry the Fighting Energy to use that Demolish attack for the 140 base damage, and this attack isn't affected by weakness or resistance or any other effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So basically, Ogerpon EX can't be walled out. And moving on to our trainer cards for our Ace spec, we have the Precious Trolley, where you can search out your deck for any number of basic Pokemon and put them onto your bench. And then for our stadiums, we have the 2 copies of the Lively Stadium, where each basic Pokemon in play for both you and your opponent get an extra 30 more HP. And then for our supporters, we have the 4 Arven for searching out an item card and a tool card. The 3 Boss's Orders for gusting up one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. The 2 Iono for draw support as well as hand disruption. And the 3 copies of the new Lillie's Determination from Mega Evolution, where you shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 6 cards. And if you have exactly 6 prize cards remaining, you get to draw 8 cards instead. So really good for the early game. And then lastly, we do have the 3 copies of Penny here, where you can put 1 basic Pokemon in play back into your hand with all attached cards. And then for our tool cards, we have the 2 Bravery Charm, where the basic Pokemon this card is attached to will get an extra 50 more HP. The 2 copies of the TM Turbo Energize. Ideally, we do want to go second on the first turn of the game after your opponent, so that we can use the attack Turbo Energize on this tool card to quickly get 2 energies into play that you can search out from your deck and attach them to your benched Pokemon in any way you like. And then for our energy cards, we have the 2 copies of the Mist Energy, the 6 copies of the basic Dark Energy, and lastly, the 1 copy of the Fighting Energy for our Ogerpon. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get into some games here. Yeah, I can't believe we opened a Bloodmoon Ursaluna. But yeah, our opponent won the coin toss. They decided to go second, has to go first. No mulligans. I think we'll get Mega Kangaskhan and Latias here. Yeah, let's end turn. So is this just gonna be a full-on control deck, or is this actually gonna be something? They got Team Devolution as their tool card. Tells me that they probably don't have very many tools in this deck. They got the 2 Snorunt. This looks like it's just pure control. This looks like just Munkidori and Frostlass, and that's it. They get rid of the TM Devolution for 2 Dark Energies. Yeah, for probably Munkidori. See, let's end turn. Another TM Devolution. You know when the deck has 2 TM Devolutions in it, it's just not... You know, it's just not gonna be anything like an attacking type deck. It's just gonna be all control here. There's Frostlass. And let's knock out the Budu. Can we get Turbo Energize? Yeah, let's end turn. But yeah, we're still item locked, so... The Night Stretcher... Yeah, just full on item lock. The Adrenabrain... Back into the Budu. I feel like we should start pennying back some of this stuff like the Bloodmoon Ursaluna. We're definitely not going to need it. It's like total overdoing it. Even the Latias. See, let's go run Aaron. Knock out the Budu, and then we can just knock out whatever they give us into the active. Mega Kangaskhan. Yeah, I say let's gust them for the Munkidori. Of course we don't get a single heads. Like... Pretty unlucky with the coin tosses on Mega Kangaskhan, from my experience. Oh, you get Tatsugiri. Wow, that's 2 basic Pokemon prized. Mega Kangaskhan and Tatsu. See, they're going to Snorunt. Yeah, I feel like they basically lose this. They didn't really get the setup they were probably hoping for. And I feel like they probably were heavily dependent on those TM devolutions for like to go up against an evolution deck maybe. Yeah, they get the Budu back. I don't know why they keep getting the Budu back. It's just going to keep getting KO'd just by moving the image counters over. They gust us for Munkidori. I don't know, let's Penny the Bloodmoon back into our hand. Let's see, run Aaron. Yeah, that's definitely kind of hell apart for them. Wow, we got one heads. Let's see what we get here. Arven. Kind of some good prizes, actually. Kind of surprised. Yeah, and they got 0 cards in their hand. But yet they play Buddy Poffin for another Budu. The Budu Army. Let's see how many heads we get here. I wouldn't be surprised if it's only just one. One? Yeah, it's just one again. Yeah, there we go. Last prize card of the game. And it's a Yveltal. There we go. So yeah, we won the coin toss. We decided to go second. Had our opponent go first. And looks like they took one mulligan here. Looks like they're going to make Charizard. With Pidgeot, probably not Dragapult. They open with Chi-Yu here. So yeah, they like the Revenge Chi-Yu with the Mega Fire of Envy. Looks like they don't... Okay, they get Ultra Ball. Oh wow, 2 Pokemon discards. So I guess I'm just kind of hoping that the Shaman is really not going to be needed, and Fezandipiti is actually kind of good to have in the discard pile. So that when you need it in the pinch, you can get it, but that's it, with like Night Stretcher. See. I feel like we want the Ogerpon. I feel like we need another Munkidori. And no, I'm gonna get the Psyduck. See, they play the Lillie's Determination. They put down another Pidgey, and they go for the TM Evolution, which is interesting. Is this even going to be Charizard? They get the one Pidgeotto. I don't see a single Charmander. I don't know what's up here. Yeah, I was hoping another Turbo Energize was in the deck. It actually is prized. Okay, they do start putting down Charmander here. They Buddy Puff and... They go into the Tatsugiri. So it feels like the Psyduck was kind of a bad play. They get Briar. And then let's Energy Switch over to Mega Absol. And then just Penny it back into our hand. Go for that Claw of Darkness. Yeah, they just concede here. So yeah, we did win the coin toss here. We decided to go second, had our opponent go first, and looks like no mulligans here. And this could be either Gardevoir, Marnie's Grimmsnarl, or just a mirror match. Mega Signal. Could be a still mirror match. They get the Mega Absol. Yeah, let's play the Lillies here. And we don't get a single energy card here. Yeah, let's pass. I can't believe we couldn't get a single energy card with the Laser Termination and the Run Aaron ability. That is so bad. See, they play Arven. Yeah, they get Earthen Vessel and Turbo Energize. See, they get the 2 Dark Energies. Yeah, let's play Arven. So let's see what they do here. Are they gonna go right into Mega Absol? When, if you think about it, it's pretty easy to knock it out. If they decide to do any damage with the Claw of Darkness. Because then we just move those damage counters over. And we get that auto KO. Unless they have that Mist Energy. That would completely negate it. They retreat out. Yeah, looks like they are going for the Claw of Darkness. Hope they don't get rid of the Energy Switch, actually. That would probably be the worst discard. Let's see how well they know our deck. It is the Energy Switch, wow. Another boss. Yeah, I feel like we just might put Bravery Charm and then Lively Stadium into play here. Just try to save the Mega Kangaskhan from being KO'd. Yeah, let's end turn. Hopefully they don't have like a stadium card to get rid of ours and then like Tool Scrapper. Because if they hit us again for 200, that'll be 340. Yeah, it looks like they're just blanking out here. They don't know what to do. They Night Stretcher the Dark Energy back. So with the 30 damage, it'll be 370. We'll just make it. Yeah, they go for Claw of Darkness. What are they gonna get? I think a boss, probably. Like, we really need a penny, and we have 3 pennies in the deck and only 21 cards. They get rid of our Dark Energy? That's not a big deal. Psyduck. Okay, let's try this Pokegear. We don't get the penny. That is just insanely bad luck. Lillie's Determination. I don't know, maybe we have to gust them here. This is just getting ridiculous. Let's just gust their Munkidori without the energy card. I don't know, let's Earthen Vessel, get rid of Psyduck maybe, we don't need that. Let's see if we can buy a turn here. Adrenabrain. Pokemon's so unlucky. Like, I don't know what happened to all the pennies. And they have Energy Switch. So they're gonna move 30 damage again, and then I guess KO us with the Absol. I just can't believe this. Like, really? We could not get the penny? See, they tried to Turbo Energize. I'm guessing that's just to get rid of it. I don't know what they're doing here. Maybe they're just taking advantage that we can't move this Mega Kangaskhan out. But they Turbo Energize again here. That is insane. Pretty insane. Okay, we finally draw the penny. Let's get our last run errand here. And yeah, I say let's get the Mega Kangaskhan back in there. We probably should have moved actually the damage counters over first. But yeah, the ball is really in their court here. Guess let's get rid of the energy switch. Yeah, I feel like they have really very few options here. If they go into their Mega Absol and attack us, that'll just give us the damage counters that we need. But I can't believe we made that misplay by using Penny first before moving damage counters. It's just so annoying to have to wait so long just to get one Penny when we had 3 in the deck. Just insane. I really feel like they're hardly playing this at all. They didn't even use the Adrenabrain. It's not got the Yveltal. Let's see, there's our Mist Energy. They got the Mega Absol. Yeah, they're pretty cooked here. Like, they have to attack us. If not, we can always just gust our Munkidori and knock it out. Yeah, they just concede here. Well, those are all of the games. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.